Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week with 6 comics. I had 3 on my pull list, and I picked 3 number 1 issues off the shelf. It's funny because it's like 5 of them are almost brand new because I've got like 3 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and a number 8. So it's like everything's new this week. What a different, like last week I had 12 comics. This week there was only 3 in my pull list. But first let me show you my top of the printer museum piece to look at as I look at all week. This is Silver Surfer. What is this? Number 16 with I got this at a garage sale as a kid, and this is one of the ones that the person punched 3 holes in, I guess kept them in a binder. But this is a John Buscema cover, inked by Chick Stone. I had to look that one up. I'm like, those inks look familiar. And I remember the Chick Stone has those big chunky inks that I saw over Kirby and Fantastic Four in one of the artist editions that's over there that I did a video on a while. So that Chick Stone definitely had a big, thick, chunky inking technique that I like. So that was a cool cover to have up on my top of my printer all week so I can look at. And let's see what I got. The old comic, issue number 8, is from Resonant. Like the first 5 issues were like in 2019, then it just came back this year. Nice doggy cover. Another one that takes place in the future after some apocalypse happened, and there's these insects that make noise that drive everybody homicidally crazy, but when the insects stop making there's like these waves that come across the world of these noise that has something to do with these insects that drives human beings out of their minds and turns them into homicidal killers for an hour. And it's about a father and his family and surviving the future. So first story arc was pretty cool. I've been liking it since it came back with a new artist. Who's the new artist? The new artist is Skylar Partridge. David Andry is the writer, Jason Wordie the colorist, and the letterers are Deron Bennett and Bernardo Bryce. There you go. Vault comic, pretty cool, been enjoying it. Then let's see, issue 2, we've got Fear Case. And I also realize I've got 3 Matt Kindt comics out of the 6 here. Fear Case, I'm not a huge fan of that cover that's half logo that you can barely read. Oh, nice little back there, though. And this is another Matt Kindt paranoid conspiracy book where there's, they started right on, this is a Dark Horse one, started right on the opening page. The Fear Case is literal. There's this briefcase that has something to do with a crime that, this is about the Secret Service also, the oldest federal law enforcement agency. And whenever they get a couple of new rookies, they give them this Fear Case, folder, and you can only investigate it for 1 year, and no one's ever cracked it. And it has to do with, there's this case that's got passed down through time, and what was it? Someone hands you the case and says, you have to give this to your worst enemy in 3 days, or else it goes to the person you love most. And then bad things happen. So they're investigating this case that goes back to the ancient Aztecs and stuff like that. So another Matt Kindt paranoid conspiracy book. Always fun. And then we got issue 2 of Casual Fling. Issue 2 of 4. Who does it? Who's drawing that Matt Kindt one? Hold on, I didn't say. Probably because I don't know. Tyler, Hillary. Oh, geez, Matt Kindt gets his whole name on the cover. Everyone else doesn't. Let me see if it's in the back. Without spoiling it for me. Oh, there's ads in the back, so. More ads in the back. To be continued. Tyler Jenkins, Hillary Jenkins. And I don't see a letterer, so it must be Tyler Jenkins. So Tyler Jenkins and Hillary Jenkins. Oh, it's Matt Kindt, Tyler Jenkins, and Hillary Jenkins. So they do all get their last name on that. Then we got my nose pieces are screwing up on my glasses. Casual Fling, issue number 2. Jason Starr, Dalibor Talajic, and Marco Lesko. I picked the first one up because I liked the artwork and thought it was pretty cool. It's a story of a woman who has a fling out of her marriage, and now the guy's going to be kooky. So it's sort of I get, what would you call it, what was that movie with Glenn Close? I forgot it again, where she boiled the guy's rabbit. That kind of movie, not Basic Instinct, but the other one. But it's sort of a story like that, except it's the woman who stepped out on her marriage, and they got two kids, and the father's staying home to take care of the kids, and they got problems in their marriage. But then she said, so now she's got this crazy guy who's gonna be stalking her. First issue was good. Liked the art, liked the storytelling. And let's see. And then this is the first issue I put. Matt Kindt, Doug Braithwaite, and Diego Rodriguez, and it's ENIAC #1 from Bad Idea. Ooh, that logo looks more readable on the screen than it does in real life. But this one's got an extra thick cover, maybe a little too thick. Better than too thin, but it's this is from Bad Idea, the new company. I was actually doing a little production work for them, not on this book, but on some of their other stuff. So we'll see. Their new company. This is the one that's by the guys who did the relaunch of Valiant about 10 years ago. I know Warren Simmons and Carl Bohlers are two editors I used to work with at Marvel who are editing this stuff too, and it's pretty nice looking. Like I said, it's Doug Braithwaite. He did he's done stuff over the years, but I think he did a lot of the Valiant stuff too, in that relaunch 10 years ago. And Matt Kindt, of course, the second book by him this week, and I had a book by him last week too, didn't I? Yeah, what was that one? That was Crimson Flower. I had written by Matt Kindt last week. So it's weird that they made the whole back UPCs, but we'll see how this is. Another first, and then I picked up just on a whim too, Nocturna #1, Scott Snyder, Tony S. Daniel, Tomio Morey. I know that these are the Batman guys, right? I've read a little bit of Scott Snyder's Batman. I don't think I've ever read Tony S. Daniel's Batman, but I figured I'd pick it up. First issue, I have no idea what it's about. Some demon hunter, angel, girl, I don't know. Where were you that morning? I don't know. Nocturna, is that supposed to get me to buy it? But I did. This is just sort of an impulse pickup. Because I had 3. I usually, if I only have 3 books, I'll find a couple of extra. And this week I found 3 extra. And then the last one we got is My Love for You is Ticking Clock Berserker. A little Jay and Silent Bob humor for you. Keanu Reeves, Matt Kindt, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree. Boom. This was a $5 first issue, so I was like, eee. But of course, I told the story a few weeks ago, I think, about my local comic shop, which is small, pre-sold 16 of the 1 in 1,000 covers that's autographed by Keanu. So they had to order 16,000 copies of this. To which, the Diamond guy was like, do you really want 16,000 copies? And I think they negotiated it down to like 1,000 copies, because there's no way my comic shop can sell 16,000 copies of Berserker #1. I mean, I would imagine they, at best, in the shop itself, they're going to sell a couple of hundred. I don't even know if they can make a couple of hundred of this. If it was Spider-Man, they could sell a couple of hundred. They could maybe sell 100 of Berserker, I would think. But yeah, there's plenty there. So there's the Ron Garney artwork. I guess it's some action comic. I see lots of guns and violence. So we'll see how that one is. That was 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was all 6. So let me show you a little bit of artwork I got back here. I was making another big ink drawing. And this was actually a drawing I did for one of my Dreams of Things covers that I'll be inking there. That I decided I wanted to blow it up big and use it. So there we go. It was just kind of, and it's funny, it started out as like a really pretty face, and then I made it into this strange, bearded, weird face. So I don't know. This one just came out kind of weird, I have to say. And I can't wait to see what it comes out like when I do it at 11 by 17 on a Dreams of Things covers, and it's colored, so it's going to come out completely differently. So I think that'll be interesting. I've worked on like same imagery sometimes, like, but it's usually years apart. Usually it's like I do a drawing, and then maybe years later I see it again and go, I want to rework that drawing. I've never reworked a drawing like within months of each other, which is what it's gonna be, because I haven't inked the Dreams of Things covers yet, but I will. So that's going to be interesting to see what those two look like when they're both done. So, all right, there's some comics, there's some art. You guys have a good week out there.